So you're finally starting a YouTube channel. Yay, I'm glad. Okay, that is why we are here together. But here are 5 types of content that we are not gonna put out on YouTube, and that is on period. Okay, the first kind of content that we're not gonna film and post on YouTube, okay, is selfish content. It was literally like a wake-up call when I came across videos of successful YouTubers, and they were like, one thing that you should not start with when you're trying to start your YouTube channel is a vlog. And bro, I'm guilty. Like, I was like, oh, day in my life, oh, spend the weekend with me. I'm like, who the heck are you? Like, they don't know who you are. Like, why should they spend a day with you if they don't know who you are? Okay, yeah, I learned that, and I'm like, oops, I was doing that, and I'm like, okay, no more. I do want to impact, I do want to add value, to those watching my kind of content. So I took that in, and I'm like, okay, no more vlogs, no more selfish content. Okay, especially if it's not like even informative, especially if it's not like educating your viewers. When I heard that, I was like, oop, okay, I'm guilty, because I was doing that. I was like, oh, spend the weekend with me, or spend the day alone with me, or stuff like that. No, okay, if we want to grow, we cannot do selfish content. Okay, we want to educate, we want to entertain. I think there's another one I've forgotten, but yeah, we just want to impact our audience in one way or another that makes them feel good, that makes them feel informed, and all of those things. So that is the first type of content that we are not making. Number 2, the second kind of content that we're not going to put out on YouTube has to be content that we are not interested in. Yes, you heard that right. You are not putting out content that doesn't interest you. I am not putting out content that doesn't interest me, because you know what happens at the end of the day? We get bored, we get overwhelmed, we get stressed thinking about, oh, filming this kind of content, oh, blah, blah, blah. It will make you not get consistent. Trust me, I've tried. I know what I'm saying, because I did it. I tried to do something that I was not interested in, and before I knew it, I was already bored. I'm like, ugh, I cannot continue. Like, I was like, no. Okay, no, I'm not doing that. But I had to learn that it was because I was not interested in the kind of content that I was putting out. Okay, don't make cooking videos if you hate cooking just because cooking videos are trendy. Don't make get ready with me videos, okay, if you don't like to, get cute and dressed up just because to you that's what is trending. Okay, we are not gonna do that. Okay, if you have interest in, I don't know, like tutoring, please do that. If you have interest in math, please do that. One thing I learned on YouTube is that there is a channel for literally every single thing. How to train your dogs. There's like tons of videos on how to train your dog. Makeup, you're good at makeup. Yeah, do makeup videos. Don't think that, oh, it's not trending. Like, that is not what is trending. Look, at the end of the day, it's what you have interest in. And I promise you, in this entire world of people that watch YouTube, there are at least 1,000 people that are checking, oh, how to do what you know how to do. Okay, so number 2 point, like I said before, we are not going to make content that we have no interest in, because it's not going to make us consistent, it's not going to make us authentic. And that leads me to my next number 3. We are not going to post content that are not authentic. We are not going to pretend to be who we're not. Okay, that is one thing that I'm still learning. Like, don't try to be who you're not. Don't try to put up this fake lifestyle, like, because of, you're seeing the young and successful influencers, like, oh, they're traveling, they're eating, they're going on grocery shopping and spending like, oh, $1,000 and stuff like that. Like, please, okay, say no to the fake lifestyle. Okay, I know sometimes it's like, oh, fake it till you make it, the whole mindset thing. But the mindset thing we're talking about is, okay, you see yourself getting to a particular point, as a successful YouTuber, okay, but we're not saying that, oh, you should like break the bank, or like borrow clothes, or like borrow houses, or borrow cars just because you want your followers to think that, oh, you have money. Like, what are you trying to make them believe of themselves? Okay, what are you trying to communicate to them if you're trying to be what you're not? Okay, so yeah, that's the third thing. We're not gonna post content that the fake us. Let's try to be as authentic as possible. Because sometimes people want to be like, oh, she's just like me, he's just like me. It feels good to know that I'm not the only one like feeling like this or thinking like this and all of that. So being you, being me, trust me, it's going to really benefit you it's going to benefit somebody else, okay? And that is very, very important. Number four kind of content that we're not going to create has to be content that we have no clue about. I think I've said this in my previous videos, like, do not create content about something that you don't know anything about. If you're trying to learn and grow, like how I'm trying to learn and grow on YouTube, and I'm sharing like the processes of how I'm like trying to grow on YouTube, yeah, I think that is fine. But where you're trying to talk about, like, I would always say, oh, how to move to America in like 2 easy steps or 5 easy steps, and you literally have no clue, the last thing you want to do is to mislead people to take information from you, and then they're like facing the consequences. It's gonna bite you one way or another, okay? So that's what we are not gonna do. We're not gonna put out content that we have no clue about, okay? Before we post anything, please let's do our research. Even if we don't have like 100% knowledge about that thing, please let's do our research, okay? So just so that when we are talking and, you know, giving insights to our viewers, they use our tips and it actually works for them, and they're like, oh, this person is authentic, oh, this person knows what you're saying, I'm gonna follow, I'm gonna subscribe. That is very, very important, okay? So yeah, that is number 4. The fifth kind of content that we are not gonna post is content that is not your own. I know that it's important sometimes to get ideas, you know, from other creators and like make it your own. I know sometimes it's like good to get like ideas from like other creators and like turn it into your own, like, you know, add your own little bit of spice and this and that to the video, to the idea, sorry, and make it your own. But we're not gonna do post content where we are literally just taking somebody's idea and just adding 1 pinch of salt in it, and it's like, oh, okay, and we're posting it and like taking credit and all of that. No, let's not do that, because if someone else did that to you, you're not gonna be happy, okay? We're trying to be as honest as possible, okay? The last thing we want to do on social media, on growing, because at the end of the day we will grow, but then social media never forgets, okay? The internet never forgets. So the last thing you want to do is to start off like really rough and like dishonest, okay? And then you grow, and then someone, when you're like at 1 million subs, somebody else is coming and be like, oh, this person actually stole my idea and did not even give me any credit. Like, trust me, we want to start fresh, we want to start honest, just so that when we actually grow, nobody can come back and be like, oh, this YouTuber, like, you know, stole this thing from me, stole this concept from me, and doesn't even give credit. We don't want that. We're not going to do that, okay? So even if you are taking ideas from other creators, because at the end of the day, you might get inspired by someone else's video, don't just copy and paste. We are not copying and pasting, okay? Make sure that you make it your own, okay? Make sure that you make your audience benefit from it, because you made it into something that is more you, something that is more related to your niche, okay? So yeah, those are like the 5 types of content that we're not going to be creating, because we want to start off on a good ground, okay, on growing our YouTube channel. That is the end of the video. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Like, it's less than 1 second, okay? I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.